YouTube people. Alright, so today's video is going to be on protein, which seems to be the most talked about macronutrient when people talk about bodybuilding or they think of getting into bodybuilding. It's all about protein. So what this video is going to be about is how much protein do you really need, because I feel like a lot of people overemphasize protein in a way that's just like makes it out to be this super important thing. Like if you don't get enough, you're just not going to build muscle, or you're going to lose all your muscle, all this stuff, which I think is just silly. So in my own personal experience, because that's what I'm basically going to be basing this off of, I found you really do not need as much protein as, you know, like professionals. I don't want to say professionals, just like the typical like bodybuilder like recommendations, which is commonly 1 gram per pound of body weight, which actually is a good number if you just want a simple number to figure out. It's going to be a good range for you. It's not too much, it's not too little. You could eat 1 gram per pound of body weight, but if you're having difficulty reaching that much protein in your diet, then you can eat less and still gain muscle. It's possible. What I found is probably the lowest that I would go is like 0.6 or 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. 0.6 is probably the lower range. If you're doing a lot of super intense lifting or something like that, then you might want to bump it up a little bit. Or if you're doing a cut, again, bumping up your protein is probably a smart idea. But what I found is that I'm able to maintain my muscle mass eating about 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and that's not lean mass, that's like full body weight. That's how much I eat. Yeah, and then I guess like if you see other recommendations, there's like the ones that I think it's like Health Canada or something. I should know this, I'm in nutrition, but there's other recommendations that dietitians give that's usually a lower amount. Like I forget what it is, but it's a lot lower than they'd recommend for than like bodybuilders would recommend, I guess. So I think that the range they recommend sometimes is almost too low, but I mean, if you're not really exercising or working out a lot or like really tearing your muscles much, then maybe that amount probably is good for you. But I mean, you probably should be working out, so for the most part, most people will need more than I guess like the old guidelines that they used to give. So typical, like I said, like 0.6 to 1 gram per pound of body weight is like perfect amount, I say, for building muscle, keeping your muscle. There's also other factors that can come into play, like your health conditions, or if you do a certain type of diet. So I know like the keto diet, you want to keep your protein actually a bit lower than these recommendations. So I think protein, like for me, I did, or what I find for most people too, is that for keto, if you want to make sure you're getting enough protein, it's usually all you need is about half of your body weight in protein, so about 0.5 grams per pound of body weight. Just because the keto diet is very muscle sparing, you're less likely to lose muscle on the keto diet. I could go into the science behind that, but I'm just going to keep it simple and say that. So yeah, if you are on a keto diet, you don't need to worry quite as much about protein. Just focus on, you know, the ratios that they give out. But yeah, so those are the overall like recommendations I have for protein. Again, it can differ from person to person. This is just my personal experience and opinion and what I recommend to you guys, especially like girls out there. I know it's like always hard. I feel like that's the thing I hear from people the most, like girls that I know that are just getting into bodybuilding. They always ask me, they're like, how much protein? Like, how do you eat so much protein? Like, I can't eat that much in a day. So just know that it's not quite as much as you think. And things like protein shakes or protein drinks or all these protein supplements, you do not need them in your diet. They're just additional ways to get protein in if you have difficulty getting it in other sources. But things like chicken and meat and like cottage cheese or yogurt All those things should be just good enough to get your protein in. I barely ever have protein powder anymore, and it's fine. So again, don't buy into all the supplements and stuff. Also, don't buy into the fact that some people recommend like crazy amounts, like 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. It's not necessary. That is actually what my first coach recommended me to eat, and I felt sick. I was like literally nauseous every day. I had horrible digestive problems. It was not good, and I ended up finding a new coach, and he lowered my protein to half of that. I ended up maintaining my muscle and doing better, and I got leaner. So again, don't think protein is all that, and don't just try and raise your protein in the hopes of you're going to build muscle faster, because it's not going to help. Trust me. You just got to lift heavy, eat the correct amount of protein. Eating more is not going to help you anymore. Yeah, and that's about all I wanted to say in this video, so can't talk. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I'm thinking of doing more workout videos, stuff like that, since they seem to do better on my channel than other videos. So yeah, or let me know what you want to see below. So, alright, that's it. Thanks. Bye.